Good morning, students. How are you all today? I think all of you are doing well. Today I am going to discuss the part 4 of the first chapter of chemistry of ICSE, periodic table, periodic properties and the variation of the properties. In the previous part 1, part 2 and the part 3, we already discussed so many concepts. If you want to get question answers related to these topics, then you can join our WhatsApp channel. The link of the channel given in description box as well as mentioned in the YouTube channel. You can join this WhatsApp channel to get more question answer, that is topic wise question answer. Okay, in part 1 we already discussed all the laws related to periodic table. Second part we discussed periodicity, shell, that is orbit, and the so many various topics. And in part 3 we already given atomic radius and the ionization potential. Okay, in part 4 we will expand the concept of atomic radius. Okay, let's get started. Okay, all of you try to prepare your own note based on this given lecture. Okay, now started. Okay, few more concepts related to atomic radius. All of you know, if you prepare the part 3 video, then all of you easily understand the atomic radius. Now in this part 3 I already discussed, as we move left to right, atomic radius decreases, and it is also clear from this diagram. And as we move downwards, slowly atomic radius increases. What is the cause? That cause I already discussed in part 3. Now one exception is there. What exception? Look at the board. Okay, first element of periodic table is hydrogen. Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Here beryllium, magnesium, calcium and so on, strontium. So many elements are there, but we're going to discuss from left to right. So lithium, beryllium, then boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay, this is second period of the periodic table. Okay, it is the second period of the periodic table. It is obviously the first period, it is obviously the third period, it is first, and so on. Now I already discussed, as we move left to right, the atomic radius decreases. Okay, so since this is the atomic radius of lithium, so atomic radius of beryllium decreases, boron also decreases, carbon again decreases. So this is the trend: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. But the exception in case of neon, its atomic radius is slightly increases, but not as much as beryllium or lithium. As we move left to right, radius decreases, but the radius of the neon suddenly increases. Okay, why? Look at the board. What is the atomic number of lithium? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 in case of neon. Okay, so in case of lithium, first shell 2 means, sorry, here 3 means 2, 1. So in first shell contain 2 electrons and the second shell contain 1 electron. In case of beryllium, 2, 2. So first shell contain 2, second shell contain also 2. Boron 5, so 2, 3. So first shell contain 2, second shell contain 1, 2, 3. Carbon 2, 4. So first shell 2, second shell 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you follow the same trend, here 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4. So here 2 5, here 2 6, 2 7. So here outermost shell contain how many electrons? 5. Here 6, here 7. Now here the outermost shell contain how many electrons? 8. Now tell me, is it possible to form 2, 9? No, because one shell contain maximum 8 electrons. So try to understand, here outermost shell contain 1 electron, here 2 electrons, here 3, 4, 5, 6, and when we will reach to neon, the outermost shell contain maximum number of electron 8, because 9 electron is not possible in a particular shell. So in case of neon, this shell completely filled with the maximum possible number of electron. Try to understand, if we will try to draw in case of neon, first shell contain how many electron? 2 and followed by 1. Suppose it is 2 and it is 8 electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So try to understand, look at the board. It is case of neon. So in case of neon, the second shell filled with the maximum number of electron. Okay, so all of you know the charge of the electron is negative. So what will happen if you put all the negative charges in a same cell? There will be the electron repulsion, because all of you know, if you bring two positive charge together, there will be repulsion. Negative charge is also repulsion. Attraction will take place in case of positive and negative. So since the maximum number of negative charges, that is electron occupied in the same shell, that is there will be repulsion. That's why, since it tried to expand, why negative repulsion? So suppose it is also negative, it is also negative. So when they are come close to each other, they will fly out from each other, because both are negative. So both feel a repulsive force and try to apart from each other. So that's why, since in case of neon, it filled with maximum number of negative charges, that's why they feel more repulsion with each other, that is electrons, and expand. Now you can ask me, sir, there also may be repulsion in case of fluorine, because in case of fluorine also 7 negative charges are there. Yes, obviously. So if you consider first one, here also 2 electron repulsion are there, but in case of this repulsion, obviously repulsion will be there, but see, 2 electrons, there are so many space, so they are maintain a certain distance with each other, certain distance. But here in case of neon, it is not possible, because maximum number of electron already they are in a shell, so it feel repulsion and try to fly out from each other, and radius increases. So what is the exception? Exception is, as you move from left to right, radius decreases, but in case of all noble gases, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. In case of all noble gases, since their outermost orbit fill with maximum number of electron, so there will be same type of repulsion and their radius increases. So as you move left to right, their radius decreases up to halogens. Halogens mean fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. That is, it is group 17. Halogen, these are called group 17 elements, and noble gases group 18 elements. So actually, as you move from left to right, radius decreases up to group 17. They are also called halogens. Halogens. Okay. But radius increases in case of group 18 elements. I already discussed the cause. Okay. Now what is halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Okay. Don't consider astatine, because astatine is radioactive. So these are called halogen. So actually radius decreases up to halogen. Okay. In case of noble gases or inert gases, radius actually increases. Okay. Now they are called halogen. Do you know why they are called halogen? Okay. If you know the answer, write down your answer in comment box. Okay. Now Next concept related to radius. Next concept related to radius. Okay, now look at the board. Suppose I choose an atom sodium. What is the atomic number of sodium? 11. So 11 means 2, 8, 1. Okay. Suppose you consider this is the atomic radius of sodium, that is first shell contain 2 electron, second shell contain how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and last shell contain 1 electron. Okay, so now tell me, in case of sodium, what is the number of proton? Obviously 11. And what is the number of electron? Obviously 11, because number of proton and electron both are same in case of neutral atom. Now, if sodium lose an electron, then sodium, okay, since sodium lose 1 electron, so what will be its electronic configuration? Only 2,8, because it lose that last electron. Okay, so tell me, in case of this, since sodium lose 1 electron, keeping in your mind, after losing an electron it gets positive charge. It is called cation. Okay, it is called cation. Okay, now tell me, in that case sodium, what is the number of proton? 10? No, answer is 11. Why? Proton always present, look at the board, proton always present here inside the nucleus. So it is not possible to donate. Electron can donate, electron donates from last shell. But it is not possible to donate proton from the nucleus. So if it donates electron, then number of proton remains same. Electron decreases to 10. Previously it was 11, now it is 10. So understand? Okay, now what is the diagram? It is called orbital diagram. Orbital diagram. So what is the first shell? 2. Second shell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is about the last shell? Electron. There is no electron because it lose already 1 electron. Now, the question, first note down this one. Now what is the question? Question about the radius. The radius of sodium is more, or radius of cation, sodium that form cation, the radius of cation is more. Okay. The answer already written in the board. Where? Here. Tell me. What is the charge of proton? Proton is obviously positive charge, positively charged. And what is the charge of electron? Negative. Here also proton positively charged and electron negatively charged. Now tell me, in case of these, how many proton present in the nucleus? Here 11. So I marked it 11. And how many electron present? Obviously 11. So since proton positively charged, so protons attract the electrons, because electron negatively charged, plus always attract minus. So here 11 proton attract the 11 electrons. Okay, but here 11 protons attract 10 electrons. So where will be the more attractive force will play? Obviously here, because 11 protons attracts the 10. Here 11 attracts the 11. So if the 11 attracts the 10, suppose compare it with a person. 11% attracts the 10%. So 11% attracts the 10%. So obviously they attract with more muscular force. But here 11% attracts the another 11%. So they are neutralized. Okay, but here 11 attracts the 10. So here more the attraction force. Since here more the attraction force, so nucleus, here nucleus means proton. Proton attracts the electron with more force. So this outer shell try to contract. Why? Because proton attracts the outer electrons with more force. So therefore the outer shell try to contract. So therefore the radius of cation decreases. decreases. Do you understand? So what is the answer? So always keeping in your mind, the radius of cation is always smaller than that of its parent's atom. Okay. So what is the answer? First, it is better in exam paper. It is better first draw these three lines: first, second, third, first, second, third, in this way. Then you have to just write down two lines. What is the line? In case of neutral atom, the number of protons and number of electrons are equal. But in case of cation, number of electrons is less than that of the proton, so there will be more attraction force. Therefore, radius decreases. Done. This is your answer. Okay. Now, if we will consider another concept or another question based on radius. Look at the board. If you will consider chlorine, what is the atomic number? 17. So 2, 8, 7. Done. If chlorine accept one electron, keeping in your mind, if any atom lose an electron, then it gets positive charge. If any atom accept one electron, it gets negative charge, and it is called anion. So since 287, after that it accept an electron, so 288. So it is first line, second line, first line, second line, done. What is the third line? Third line is orbital diagram. First shell content 2, second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what is about third shell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done? Okay. Now, again here, first shell content 2, second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and third shell also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now tell me, you try to do the answer of this question. Here, tell me what is the number of protons? 17, because here, and electron also 17, because number of proton and electrons are same in case of neutral atom. It is neutral, it is not neutral. If any charge present or any charges present, then it is called ion, not neutral, cation or anion. Now here, number of proton, keeping in your mind, number of proton always same. But what is about the number of electron here? Previously it was 17, but it accept one electron, so 18. Now tell me where the radius, in which cases the radius is more. Okay, think about the percent, same in previous concept, percent. 17% attracts another 17%. Why? It is positively charged, negatively charged. Positive attracts negative. So 17% attracts another 17%. But here 17% attracts another 18%. So here they cannot pull properly. Why? Because in another side more percent will be there. Here more percent. So this 17 cannot attract properly. But here they can neutralize each other. But here anion cannot attract. It is nuclear 17. Here 17 protons are there. So they cannot attract properly. So here the radius become more, that is radius increases. So what is your answer? First draw these 3 and 3 lines. After that you can write in case of any atom. So what is the first statement? Always the radius of anion is more than that of parent's atom. In case of cation, radius of cation is always less. But in case of anion, the radius is always more than that of parent's atom. So what is your, after drawing these 3 lines, what is your 2 lines answer? In case of parent's atom, since the number of proton and electrons are same. But in case of anion, since the number of electrons are more, so proton cannot attract the outermost all electron with strong nuclear force. Cannot attract. That is why the radius of anion increases. Done. So this is all related to the all concept that given in concise, that is Selena. In previous part 3 we all discussed the basic concept of radius, and today we discuss the extra 3 concept: exception, radius of cation and radius of anion. Now okay, so student, This is our part 4 video we already completed. In this part we discuss the rest of the topics related to atomic radius. So note down this all concept, and if you want to get more question answer related to topic I already told, follow our WhatsApp channel, link given in description box as well as in the channel. Okay, thank you.